In the words of the old Top Gear, good news everyone! Hyundai looks like it's going to be entering Le Mans next year thanks to its Genesis luxury car brand. I'll explain more as I read out this article, and the reason why I mentioned Top Gear as well is this is an article from topgear.com. Joe Holding, shout out to you and your outlet for putting out this article. So yeah, WEC World Endurance Championship isn't in a very good place at the moment. It really is. This year's Le Mans 24-hour race was one of the best in recent memory, in my opinion, and there are so many top level manufacturers. I think there's a dozen, there's at least 10 anyway in the sport, which is fantastic. It really shows that manufacturers are trying to join the sport, become a part of it, compete, and feel like they can win, otherwise they wouldn't be there at the end of the day. It's certainly seeming more healthy in a sense than even some racing series like Formula One, which is really almost adverse to attracting new people to the sport, which is bizarre. But that's the story for the F1 Chronicle. This is the Motoring Chronicle, so let's have a look here. So let's just read out this article here on the Top Gear website. So, no, Phil Collins is not eyeing up a tilt at the world's greatest endurance race, Genesis, that is, the premium arm of Hyundai Motor Group, and not, you know, the band, for people who are boomers. I'd say they're quite an old band, Genesis, but you know, if you ever went through our religious education and stuff, the first book in the Bible, not those dudes, they're not making a car, it's Hyundai. They've announced that it will take on the WEC, but when will it do so? Well, not Hyundai itself with the N brand that has worked so hard to establish itself as a mean of rallying success across hot hatch mastery. Yes, it has done very well in the WRC, but instead it is doing so with its SUV and luxury saloon. I have never heard of Genesis personally. I don't know if they're not sold here in the UK, because Hyundai have SUVs and stuff like that here in the UK. My dad has an electric Hyundai, I think it's a Kodak or an Ioniq or something, I can't remember. Oh no, Kodak's Skoda. It's gotta be Ioniq or something like that. So, you know, they're just Hyundai's here. So maybe in other countries they're known as Genesis. In the article it goes on to say it's a bit of a head scratcher, and in the short release this morning, the brand gave a few clues to explain the move. They said, and I quote, the LMD program will add another pillar to Hyundai Motorsport's portfolio. Since its establishment in 2012, Hyundai Motorsport has been competing in WRC and TCR with the Hyundai N brand. Genesis is the premium brand of the Hyundai Motor Group, and it will add endurance racing to the disciplines of its motorsport activities. So yeah, interesting. I mean, it's not completely without precedent really, to be honest with you, because when you think about it, one of the brands that's in WEC, that's in the World Endurance Championship at the moment, is Cadillac. Now Cadillac are trying to change their image effectively from being more of a luxury car brand to being a bit of a sports car one, or at least one that can produce sports cars anyway, and that's how they're going about doing it. So yeah, Hyundai is going to join the WEC, I assume from next season, from 25, but in terms of which series they're going to be competing in terms of when they're going to be competing, and what this thing is going to look like, anybody's guess right now. But you imagine they probably want to go with a hypercar program, you would think they would anyway. But yeah, let's see what happens with this. If you have more updates from the world of WEC when it comes to this, I'll let you guys know as always. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell as well to see much more motoring content here on themotoringchronicle.com.